So the goal today is to get new front tires. So I'm going to be taking the wheels and tires off, take them somewhere, get them put on. But the biggest issue is I want to use my air tools, and my high output compressor is underneath there. And so all that stuff needs to be dealt with, thrown away, sorted through, and cleaned up. My goal is to attack this right now, and I'll be able to get to the compressor, and then later on all this is going to get cleaned up, not today probably, so I can back the Suburban up to that part of the house and have it parked for the most part in the shade during the day, and it'll also give me privacy from the neighbors that hang out on the back porch. So I already have pretty good privacy on this side. This side I feel pretty exposed. So that's the goal. I'm going to clean this up, get my air tools going, and we're going to go get some new tires today for the front. Getting closer. So I said I wasn't going to clean up this area, but I managed to work up my way to there, and I found a TV. The reason why I keep this TV, I have several of them, but for retro gaming, CRTs have no lag, and the LCDs have too much lag for retro gaming. So I'm going to hook that up eventually. It's been sitting under there probably 5 years, at least 2 or 3, who knows. See if it still works. I'm going to put it over there, we'll test it out later. Alright, so I'm still working on getting to the compressor here. So I'm going to move this planter to the front yard so we can have a little yard art. We're going to use a little sun juice to do that. Oh, we're hitting the other cart. I need to move that other cart out of the way. Alright, got that taken care of. Now let's see what we got here. I don't know if we can see that. Go ahead and pull it over on the side. Hey, it still turns. That's a bottle that I ran over. That's a one row planter that came with the roper that I bought years ago. And it's going to be some yard art. I'm going to put it in the yard. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, you can see that. Alright, so if you can see the towel, you can see me. And you can see the planter. It's rolling pretty good. I'm glad to see it's still freed up. I've used it to plant sunflowers at one time. Let's see if we can make it over this without it doing a wheelie. Come through those weeds. Yep, it's got a sweep on the front. Gonna go through the gate here. Make a wide turn. I need to open the gate, so give me a second. I don't know if I'll be able to make that turn. I needed to come from the other direction, so this will be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reposition it. That's okay. Well, maybe not. We just barely cleared that. Now we're going off the sidewalk. Coming around here. Where do we put it? Do we want it to be a centerpiece? Yeah, we'll just put it right here in the center for now. That'll work. So it's going to be a centerpiece right here. And so everybody can see maybe what it is. We'll face it like this. And people will go, what the hell is that? I'll probably paint it up again. I put the white wall tires on it to make it look old. This was white and then everything else was red. So it popped pretty good. Grapevines growing on it. Maybe we'll plant with this one day. I just got to get the actuator fixed on the roper and we'll be back in business. That was easy. It's one thing I love about this tractor, this electric tractor. It's a little garden tractor, this solar cart. Or it's a thing to cruise around town with. Or it's a thing to sit on and do a live stream. Or it could get you to work. This thing will do 20 miles an hour and it'll go all day long on sun juice. So, why is not Tesla or any of these other companies that have all the resources in the world not making something like this? Because I made it and it's proven. Yeah, it's taken me, I don't know, 10 years to perfect it to this point, but I didn't have the resources or the time. So if you think about it, what could Tesla do with something like this? Just make it, put a little cab on it, so you when it rains, you're out of the elements, and keep it light, and it's for in-town transportation only. This is not for highway use. So this is going to just be for the in-town transportation. And coming in hot. See, we're coasting the whole way right here. That was all coast. I need to get the battery charged in that. So now, I haven't been able to do this in a long time. I'm going to cruise through here and maybe clear the cart. Nope. We'll have to see if we're strong enough to push this thing back. This thing's got a flat tire. There we go. And it's got a belt drive system. So the whole thing is I was wanting to take that crap off my compressor. I have that tractor fender over that compressor to keep the water off of it. So I'm probably going to relocate that compressor. The reason why I put it there, it's so damn loud. I hate using it. So it kind of muffled it a little bit. But I might just put it up on some kind of wood or platform just to keep it up off the dirt. I don't even know if it works anymore. It's probably been 3 or 4 years since I've used it, but we'll see. And all that because I wanted to use my air tools today. Oh, look, there's a red wire hanging over the frame I need to secure. Always something, right? But we're making headway. I'm getting closer. Are we going to get new tires today on the front is the question. Or is there too many tangents to get to it? We're going to find out. It's still a little early yet, so we still have time. We still have time to do a little more cleaning. But all that needed to be done. So everything I did was not a waste of time. Eventually, all this is going to get cleaned up. My wood pile, the trailer for the wood, that project I'm going to start on. So it's going to look really nice back here eventually. It just takes a little bit of time. Just too busy sometimes, so things kind of get away from you. You know how that is. All right, 7 minutes. It's too long. All right, we're getting close now. I'm guessing there's going to be red wasp nest or something under here. So I'm going to just lift it up and point it towards the camera and see what we got. Huh, no black widows. This is the fender off of my Yanmar tractor. No black widows or red wasp. That's pretty impressive. So I wonder if it still works. We'll find out here in a second. Yeah, there's gopher mounds, and it's kind of been getting buried in the soil. But here it is. It's a 3 horsepower. I'm going to put it up on the concrete, clean it up. It's not light either. You know what I'd love to do is a pull-up with that thing strapped to me. That's going to be a goal. You think I can do a pull-up with that compressor strapped to my waist? Or I could maybe pick it up with my feet right here on this bar. I bet I can do it. Yeah, that's been there a while. The ground was eating up the compressor. So let's see if she runs. So these contacts are just really dirty. I'm going to clean those real quick. And then we'll fire it up in a second. But yeah, you can see the difference here, how corroded they are. So I want to make sure we get all our current when we start her up the first time. All right, it's either going to trip the GFI or do nothing or hum. I got the tank drains open, and this thing's going to be loud. I'm going to let it pressure up and then see how she works. Good to me. Some crap flew out when I first turned it on. There's a fan on the other side of the compressor. There was probably a nest, like one of those dirt diver nests, whatever you call them. So we got a leak somewhere. I'll have to figure out where that's coming from. Anyway, I'm going to get some soap and water and look for that leak. That's a new problem. Well, the good news is it still runs. The bad news is the tank has got a crack in it right there. You can see the rust. So I'm going to point the tank towards the house when I'm using it. It's just going to leak down. I might try to patch that with something. But I'm not really afraid of the tank exploding because this is a high structure area here. It might just blow it out right here. But I'm going to, like I said, point this part towards the house so there won't be any projectiles coming out of this thing. The top tank looks good, and I figured that was going to be the issue with these tanks. And it's not because it was sitting outside. It was probably just because it was sitting there not being used, and the water collected on this. It was leaning, so the water collected on this one side, and it was leaning to the left there, and that's probably where that rust issue started. Yeah, it's leaking out right there. I've seen a lot of compressors blowing up on YouTube. This is a smaller tank, so it's going to be less of an explosion. And like I said, these are pretty thick tanks, and I think it's just going to blow out there. It's not going to, explode. So I'll be okay, pretty sure. All right, so as I was grinding this down with a wire brush, it kind of caved in on itself. So I'm going to drill this out to a bolt size that I have and do my best to plug that up with a bolt and seal it up somehow just to kind of slow it down, because that's too big of a hole there to do anything with, and too small. It's too big because it'll leak too much, and too small to plug. So at this point the tank is a goner, and you can't separate these tanks without, and the air comes in the bottom one anyway, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. I couldn't just separate them by taking a line loose. So I'm going to drill this out with probably a unibit or something, and then find a bolt to fit in there, and we'll go from there. All right, so I filled it up with water. I already drilled out the hole with the unibit there, and this is the 3/8 fuel line. What I'm going to do is run it in there, then run a bolt through there, and that'll tighten it up, and that's going to be our fix. But this is full of water right now, and I'm going to purge all the junk out of there, so this is going to be kind of messy. I'm going to turn it on and jump back. I'm going to jump back pretty quick here. I'm going to do that until the water cleans up, but I just wanted you to see the first part of that. All right, this time we should have a little better show. Keep doing that until it cleans up. And let's do it one more time. Tilt it down to get a bigger stream coming out, and then turn it on. Look at all those rust chunks. I'm going to keep doing it until it cleans up all the way. This time I tried to fill up both tanks, so we should have a little bit more sustained water flow. I'm going to pop her down and turn her on. Still got rust coming out. I'm going to keep doing it. And again. Look at all that good stuff coming out of there. What is that anyway? It's feels like clay. It's probably dust and rust. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It feels like clay. Now I can't turn off my camera. This is the last time I'm doing this. I've probably been doing this for another 20 minutes since the last video. That's good enough. All right, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna shoot some paint all up inside there and push the hose in once I find the right size bolt. And then we're going to set it over here in the corner on a good piece of cardboard or whatever I can find. And make sure it's pointed towards the concrete there so we don't have a projectile if that does come flying out of there. So this should do the trick. I'm going to paint this. I'm going to shove that in there while the paint's a little bit wet. I don't care. And I'm going to soak the bolt and I'm going to run it down with a ratchet. And this fits in that perfectly. You kind of have to shove it in the line, this bolt. So it should expand pretty good once I get it threaded in the pipe there. Found some purple paint. There we go. Shove her down in there a little bit more. I need to have enough where I can grab onto it with a pair of pliers. And that's about it, because I want a lot of this bolt to be in there. So that should be good. A little bit deeper there. Shoot her with a little bit more paint. And there we go. A little purple and yellow. There we go. That'll work for now. We'll let that dry for a little bit. Really, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to start driving this nut in there, this bolt. So that's drying. And yeah, I really don't need my impact wrench to take off 2 front tires, because these things are going to come off pretty easy. But it's for when I put the, I needed to do this anyway. When I put the Super Swampers back on the Suburban, that's going to be fun. So yeah, that'll save me some time. And this was getting all messed up over here anyway. Now, once the compressor goes back there, I'm going to put it on something nice. Then I just have this area to clean up. And then I'll be able to back the Suburban up right here. What I'm going to do is back the Suburban. This will be this happy little parking spot here. Back it up in between these 2 windows. And it'll keep it shaded most of the day, and it'll give me some privacy from the neighbors there. So the next video clip will be this thing turning on, and we'll see if it's going to shoot out like a bullet. I'm going to have it where it's aiming towards the wall probably, and I'll have some cardboard there so it doesn't want to ricochet, because that's going to be a pretty good projectile if it does blow out of there. And it's going to scare me more than anything. The sound of that thing blowing out of there is going to be pretty intense. Alright, I got the 4-way. I'll show you how it works. And I used another welding glove just for my knee. So it should hold the tire pretty good. Just enough to break them loose. Once you get them broke loose, sometimes you got to tap it a little bit harder, put it in an angle. And it holds the tire pretty good. Like I said, I didn't need my air ratchet for this truck. I just wanted to get this mess cleaned up. This tire is about 16 years old. It's been on there for 16 years. Look at all the friends we got back here. So I'll wash the tires before I take them in. But yeah, they're just cracked all the way around here. And all 3 of the other ones just blew up sitting on the truck. Under that oak tree, the caps blew off. And the tires stayed inflated, but it released the caps. So I don't know if these were retreads, recaps, or what. But I just want to show you that little trick. So if you got something that looks like this, or even a block of wood sometimes works, but this works better because you can use them at a different angle. Either way, whatever grabs. But yeah, I use this stuff all the time, and they're also blocking off the rear tires right now. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You don't need to see that. So this is a pocket gopher. I can't get any closer or he'll jump back because he'll feel the vibration of me walking over here. That he's kind of looking over this way. They tear up the property. They do stuff like this, mounds everywhere. They eat stuff. Yeah, look at those teeth. Can you see those teeth? Look at them teeth. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. He'll come back out. Working on the truck and I saw something moving. It's like, yep. And they also chew up my lines. So I think you know what, just Google pocket gopher. That's what we have here. That's another thing I love about this solar cart. I didn't have to carry these tires all the way to the front of the house. Put them on the cart. Let the cart do the work for me. That's the best part. I'm going to keep this tire and put it in the house. When they pull it off, and do something cool with that tire, because that thing has some stories to tell. The last living tire of the 65. The stories that tire can tell. All right, so we're going to put some clothes on, put my makeup on so we can go get some tires, do my hair, get all ready to go out in public. I have to put shoes on and a shirt. We lost our little wind speed gauge. I'm going to paint this thing and put it on the front of the cart. It's just a why is that there thing, just to mess with people. That's just stuff that I do. Alright, we're going over where the pocket gopher was a second ago. Can't wait to get the battery going in the gas cart right there, because that thing's been in the way. The battery just died. I need to put a cap in there. If I had the resources, the money, I would buy a super cap, put it in the cart, and put a solar panel on it. So the solar panel is always keeping the cap topped off. But it's not in the cards right now. So let's go get some tires. All right, I think this place is called Jack's Tires, so we're gonna see what they have. They got tires everywhere. I'm assuming they don't leave these out at night. So that's a job to put those in and out, but I guess that's the best advertising. So I don't think they're gonna have 15s, but we'll see what they have. We need fittings. Check it out. So I got the two fronts here. We're at Jack's Tire. That's what this is called, Jack's Tire?
Yeah, Jack's Tires.
Jack's Tire right off 290. You can't miss it. He's got all these tires on display right there. Jack's Tire right there. They're gonna give me a good hookup, hopefully. And I'm gonna probably put those on the back as well, because the ones on the back are just, I don't know. I'm tired of it leaking, but I'll have to see. But yeah, they look pretty good. They're not white walls, and that's the owner right there, Jack. Except his name says Jeff.
Jack is my middle name.
Jack is your middle name.
There's no trick to me.
And these are what I'm probably going to put on the Suburban, but a street tire style. I really don't want this aggressive tread on there anymore because I'm not going to be mudding. So I'm going to go with maybe more of this tread style with this size on the Suburban once I get those wheels back. So there we go. We're going to go put these on. Clean off some of these webs. Been on there for, I don't know, 16 years. Some of that stuff. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm usually a really good shopper when it comes to, I really need to, while I got this tire off, grease the front end, but then I'd have to load the grease gun. I'll do that some other time. Still haven't eaten today. Still amazed how much stuff is costing. I figured I could get those tires for like 60 bucks each. But the cheapest I saw was like 77 bucks, but who knows if that was right. But yeah, everything's going up for sure. And I didn't think I was going to spend that much on two tires, especially no-name tires. But I learned a lesson there. Should have just gone to Jay's and ordered them from Jay's. Drum's hanging a little bit. I might have to do some adjusting on that one. Yeah, I'll drive this thing more. But yeah, that's got a little bit of, I need to adjust that. All right. Clean that off. We'll get the tires put on there. Oh, look who's calling right now. I got to go on site and troubleshoot a camera system that's not recording. It's an old Swan system. This is the same system that had soap spilled on it a couple of years ago, and I brought it back to life, but it's probably end of life at this point. I noticed on this tire over here, it took 2 weights to balance, and pretty good size weights, and this tire only took 1. So these are some really crappy tires. I won't buy any crap tires anymore, but yeah, it was just a bad decision to buy tires locally. Next time I'll take the Dodge and I'll go and discount tire and buy some good tires, because these tires are crap, but I just don't have the time to be driving everywhere right now. This jack is either on or off. There we go. It's going down slow. How low can we go? Alright, so that's the new stance. I'm going to put her in the garage, and then I got to go get ready to go to work. I still haven't eaten today, and I still got to do work for the radio station. Fun times. So anyway, this one's got a slow leak. The size I ended up getting is these are 235, I think I told you earlier. 235 75 15s, and the ones here in the back, don't know what size they are. See, this one's low. This one says 30 by 9.5 or 15 inch, whatever. Is that some kind of foreign? It's called Sport SAT Pathfinder. So yeah, it's low. I run 60 psi in these back ones, but I got to get this thing fixed. It's got a slow leak, and I'm tired of airing it up every day. I was going to put all 4 new tires, but kind of pissed off about that tire purchase, to tell you the truth. I will not be buying tires locally anymore. Nothing against the business, but $150 plus a tire. For this tire, it took a lot to balance it. And I just never even heard of a Mastercraft. I wanted a good tire on the front, but maybe I'll put these on the back and get me some Michelins that go on the front. I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of grumpy, so I'm going to shut up right now. I need to go get to work. And as far as the compressor, not going to be able to test that out today, but that's my patch job. I drilled a hole. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I drilled a hole in the tank. Is that showing up? There we go. I drilled a hole here because it was leaking. It was a rust hole right there. So I drilled it and put a fuel line and a bolt in it. And we'll see if that comes out like a bullet or if it stays in there. But we're not testing that today. It'll be on a separate video. Like, share, and subscribe. Almost lost my phone.